Welcome in. You're listening to Light the Lamp on Ducks Stream. I am Alexis Downie. The Anaheim Ducks announced a trade on Monday, sending defenseman Jamie Drysdale to the Philadelphia Flyers in exchange for forward Cutter Gauthier. We're joined today by Cutter. Cutter, it's awesome to have you joining us, and thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, when did you find out that you would be a part of the Anaheim Ducks organization? Where were you?
I was actually at the dinner table with my mom and dad and little sister, and one of my buddies texted me saying, "Oh, you're a Duck now." And I looked all over social media. I was like, "Oh, there it is. It's out." I found out about an hour or two before, but just weren't sure when they were going to announce it. And I found out through a buddy, and my phone blew up after that.
And your initial reaction was excitement, how special you were with your family at the time, too.
Yeah, definitely a lot of excitement, a lot of relief. Just super excited to get the opportunity to play for the Ducks in the near future.
We know from speaking with general manager Pat Verbeek that you intend to join Anaheim at the end of your season with Boston College. Just through your conversations with Pat, what excites you the most about being part of the Ducks?
Yeah, he called me right after the trade happened and just welcomed me to the organization. Told me how thrilled he was. He said he's been out to Boston a handful of times, watching me a month prior to kind of see what I'm all about, and I'm just super excited to get things going. He mentioned that it's a little bit of a younger team, but also has a lots of experience as well, and he's ready to turn things around and get things going. I'm just can't wait to be a part of the rebuild here and keep it going.
So, this trade has garnered a lot of attention and certainly some speculation just in your situation surrounding Philadelphia. So, for you, what would you like to share from your perspective?
Yeah, it's kind of tough to talk about. I'd like to announce that it's the personal matter between myself and my family and my agent, Kurt. I did see one thing going around the internet that I would like to specifically address about the rumors about Kevin Hayes, and I would like to officially say that he had zero conflict with anything that had to do with the trade, and seeing all that stuff as pretty ruthless from what people are saying for that. But Kevin Hayes had nothing to do with the situation at hand, and can't really talk too much about it, but going to keep it to myself and my family and my agent.
Thank you for sharing that, Cutter. Let's talk a little bit about your excitement recently at the World Junior Championship, just winning gold with Team USA. I mean, you had been on that stage before, earning the bronze medal, but to go back and to bring a gold home, and you were in a leadership role this time as an alternate captain. What was that experience like?
It was so surreal. I mean, it's everything I've dreamt of. The '04 group we had at the NCP lost at the U18 Worlds against Sweden, and we definitely came back wanting revenge. This group, there's a lot of competitors in that locker, and we don't like to lose. So when we had the opportunity to play Sweden in Sweden against their home fans for the gold medal, we definitely weren't going to back down. And we played one heck of a game, and it was so fun. The whole experience with a group of guys. There's nothing like it when you represent your country, and we were able to get the job done. And I couldn't be more proud of the group of guys we had.
Was there an extra motivation for you just in returning back to Sweden, the place that you were born? And I mean, you co led the tournament in points.
Yeah, I mean, it was like I said, it was so surreal. Just the whole experience. I mean, just playing at the World Junior stage and it being in the same country I was born, kind of like a home reunion back on where I was born, which is pretty funny. And not many things like that happen too often in your career. But like I said, it was so fun. I was fortunate enough to do well in the tournament over there, and play my game, and it all worked out in the end. And yeah, it's big thanks to my teammates who were able to put the puck in when I was giving it to them. So can't thank them enough.
Also, on the end of being on that international stage, you had the opportunity to be a part of the Men's World Championship last May. Now, you were the youngest forward on Team USA's roster. How do you feel like that matured your game?
Yeah, big time. I mean, anytime, like I said, you get the opportunity to play for the red, white, and blue, you're going to give it your all. And I was so fortunate enough to play on a team full of, NHL pros, guys who've been in the league, experienced Stanley Cup winners, Nick Bonino. And it was just such, like I said, with the World Juniors, it was so surreal. You don't get that opportunity too many times playing with, National Hockey League players before you're even in the NHL. So it was a really fun experience going over there and learning from the guys who've been in the league you're striving to be in, kind of pick up things on and off the ice. And yeah, that was another surreal experience. And, I had a blast over there learning from those guys.
Let's talk about your skill set and your game. I mean, you have a big frame, 6'3", and you're known for that hard shot that you have. But what do you think defines you as a player that you would want our fans to know?
Yeah, I'd like to say compete. I love to work hard. I love to go in the corners no matter what, and get the puck. And I would say I'm a very trustworthy person, and I do anything to help the team win, whether it's blocking a shot, winning a face-off, scoring a big goal. I'm all for the team, and that's one thing I want the guys in Anaheim to know is that I'll do whatever it takes to win and do whatever it takes to help the team win and my brothers as well.
Growing up in your hockey career, you've played center and you've played wing, kind of going back and forth there, most recently more center. But do you think that versatility gives you an advantage?
Yeah, big time. Instead of playing four roles in the NHL, I have the opportunity to play nine or six or oh, my math there is not great. Uh, I
It's
could
okay.
play anywhere up to 12 positions instead of limiting myself to only 8. So it's been pretty special to be able to learn the different sides of the game, whether it's been left, right, or center. And I think that just that versatility right there, it just gives me a lot of trust for coaches, whoever plays me down the line, whether he wants me at the wing or center. And I've said this many times. I don't really have a preference. Just whatever coach wants to help the team win is what I'm willing to do.
Well, hey, math isn't a part of playing professional hockey, so no worries
That
on
doesn't
that end.
that doesn't look good for being a Boston college student, right?
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Let's talk about also just your time with the National Development Program, how much that influenced your future as you looked ahead to college and then the professional level. Just what was it about that program that you knew was the right step for you as you looked ahead to your future?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with the program, I went in there as a boy and I came out as a man. Every day for 2 years straight, 8-hour grind, whether it's 2 hours on the ice, 2 hours on off the ice, and shooting room trainers, all that stuff. They really turn you into a pro at such a young age, and you're only a junior, senior in high school, and you're playing a handful of games in different leagues, and it's a grind. It really is. It's a hard 2 years. It's a lot of pressure and on to perform. And, I loved every second I was there. We created brothers. I got 23, 24 best friends that I'll have for the rest of my life there. And it was so fun. Every single day you're coming into the locker room with 24, 25 guys who have like-minded goals of playing in the National Hockey League. And they're bringing it every single day. And the practices at the program were a lot harder than games because we worked so hard. And it was just such a fun atmosphere to be in with the group of guys we had, and that was a really big help and leap forward in my career going to the program for the 2 years.
What does your off ice routine look like?
Here at BC,
As far as just strengthening yourself off the ice too. I mean, you probably learned a bit of that at the development program and then just taking that knowledge into your time at BC.
yeah, I'm really dialed in with the gym and supplements and all that stuff, and I learned a lot of it through my trainer at USA, Brian Gallivan. That's where I go back in the summers there in Michigan. He works out at USA, and it's just second to none. They have all of this information about force plate numbers, speed and agility. And I'm there from about 8 a.m. in the morning till noon, and I got the rest of the day to do my thing. So like I said, I have all the faith in the world with the trainers there at USA, and I like to grind. I like to put the work in, and I think in the end, it'll what you put in is what you'll get out.
Now, being with Boston College, ranked number one in college hockey right now, you had a really good freshman season last year, leading the team in points this year on another pace again. But what is it like to play college hockey in Boston, and why was it Boston for you?
It's been great so far. Like you said, number one in the country. Can't complain with that. We've been winning some games. It's been a great time with a group of guys we have. It's a little bit of a younger group we got, but I would definitely say experienced group, fun, excited, and just overall hardworking, competing group we got. And it's fun to come to the rink every day and battle with the guys. And funny story is between Minnesota Duluth and Boston College when I was 16, right before I came into the program, and I was making a decision. I flew out to Minnesota Duluth, and I looked around. There wasn't really much to do for me outside of hockey. So I just knew that wasn't the right fit for me. And being in Boston, checking out the city and checking out the campus and the history behind Boston College, it's really hard not to go to a place like this where, you're at the rink for 4 hours a day, but you have a life outside of hockey as well. And there's great academics here. And, obviously the beautiful city of Boston is 15 minutes down the road. So you definitely have your hands full when you're not playing hockey. And it's been a great year and a half so far.
You talk about just looking outside the rink, outside of hockey. So, who is Cutter Gauthier? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? What are some things you like to enjoy?
I love golfing. I'm sure a little cliche to say. I'm sure a lot of hockey players are saying that, but I love golfing. One fun thing about me is that I can golf left and right-handed. Just kind of a preference thing. I grew up playing with my dad's clubs, and he was a righty. And so I saved up enough money to get my own clubs, and they were lefty. So I could play both hands. Love doing that. Love getting on the lake. Love wake surfing, hanging out with the guys, watching hockey, or having a good time. I'm all about fun and having a good time.
So, you talked about being in Arizona and then growing up some more in Michigan because you went there to play hockey. I have to ask, were you a U of M fan?
I was not. No,
Okay.
I wasn't really I wasn't really too sure all about college hockey until I kind of moved out to Michigan. And a few years later, I started going to a couple Michigan games. But I didn't really have like a school that I grew up watching, grew up loving. But yeah, there wasn't really a school for me watching growing up.
I was curious too with the recent national championship if there was any ties for you for that.
Yeah, no, there's no ties to that at all.
Also, talking about just your upbringing, how you got your name Cutter. How did that happen? Because it is such a unique name, but also a great hockey name.
Yeah, it was. I was in Sweden where I was born, and my mom's mom, gifted my mom a Swedish calendar or something along the lines of that. And it was in the Swedish calendar. She saw it and it stuck. And like you said, with hockey names, the two names that my parents were deciding on were Cutter Bauer. So
Mm.
it worked out with Cutter, and it's a pretty unique name, and I like it.
Yeah, they couldn't have gone wrong with either of those if they knew their son
Yeah,
was going to be a hockey player.
exactly, exactly.
So, born in Sweden, your dad's Canadian, your mom's American, you're American. How does that all work? You're not a dual citizen, or are you a dual citizen?
Right now, I'm not. I could
Okay.
file for it, but I haven't decided to do that. Being playing for USA, not really wanting to get any Canadian blood in me. But yes, I could file for that. I also do have a Swedish birth certificate, so people could say I'm all three. But I'm not really too sure how it works. But I think I'm just a little bit American and Canadian for now.
Your dad was a part of the Canadian national team at one point. So, is there anything said between you guys being, representative of Team USA?
It's pretty funny. We just moved recently, and we were going through all the old, bags and gear that he used to play in. We pulled out. He pulled out a Team Canada national team jacket, and I was like, "Yeah, you can throw that away. We don't need that anymore." And he just kind of chuckled and laughed. But he's been supportive of day one. Obviously, moving across the country for me, he's not holding any grudges for the teams he used to play for, and he's a full USA supporter.
Just give him your gold medal.
Just hand him that. Hand him
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Loan him that for a little bit. Maybe it'll be okay.
Definitely, definitely.
Well, talking a little bit also just about your upbringing and how important your dad was as a part of that in your hockey career. Who, besides your dad, was there anyone else that had an influence on you chasing your dreams?
Yeah, I mean, obviously my mom and dad right there, but my dad playing hockey. There was this guy my dad used to train as a goalie. His name is Tyler Gallant. He played goalie for the longest time, and now, funny enough, he's an actor in San Diego. But I used to in the mornings I used to wake up and shoot on him on my dad's goalie clinic. And he was a few years older than I was. And he was so dialed in with hockey. He thought it was going to be his life. And it was just so cool seeing a guy a little bit older than me, doing what I love to do, but, a different position, obviously. But I just learned from him on kind of how to score goals a little bit as I got older. And it was kind of cool learning from him as well as my dad. And I would definitely say he helped out my career for sure when I was younger.
Also, in looking ahead to your time now in coming to Anaheim, we have a lot of great golf here. And I have to tell you, every guy I think, on the Ducks loves to golf. So you're going to fit in well.
That's great news. That's great news. And we can go golfing right now in December, January time, which is
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, it's a little different. So you did tell me before this, but you have been to Southern California, just San Diego, not to Orange County, correct?
I kind of was all over the place when I was younger. I have been to Orange County as well, but playing in Arizona, there's not much exposure. There's not many teams and tournaments there. So I would always every other weekend I would go out to California to play tournaments, showcases, whatever it was. So I got a little bit familiar with the area, but that was 8, 9 years ago. So it's a little bit of a foggy memory, but I'm just excited to get out there and get things going.
One other thing on that end, Nikita Nesterenko is a part of the Ducks organization down in San Diego right now, a former teammate of yours. How cool will it be to be reunited with him?
Yeah, it's awesome. He texted me right after the trade happened and was super pumped up for me. So I'm really excited. He was one of my really good buddies when I was here last year with him, and just really cool dude, real fun guy off the ice. And I'm really looking forward to meeting with him again down in San Diego, Cali there.
Cutter, it's been so awesome having you as a part of this today. I know your birthday's right around the corner too, so I'm going to tell you happy
Yeah,
early birthday, just
thank you,
about a little over a week
thank you.
away, but we really appreciate you taking the time to join us on Duckstream. Cannot wait for you to get out here and be a part of the Anaheim Ducks organization.
Of course, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.